Hello, everyone, and welcome to my buyer's negotiation bootcamp. And so, guys, today, the objective of our meeting today, guys, is to go over what the home buying process entails and what that may look like for you guys, okay? Showing you that it does not have to be a stressful process and you do not have to give up your firstborn arm or leg to go through this process, guys. So I'm just going to deliver this to you guys so you can understand and get the idea that this process is not as tedious and difficult as some may make it seem. So without further ado, guys, my name is Keneshia Haye, and I am your real estate agent. I am licensed in Florida as well as Texas. Um, a little bit about myself. I've been licensed since 2013, and I originally got licensed in Texas, right? My husband and I were both prior service military, go Army. And so after my service time, I went ahead and completed my real estate training and got my license. And so here we are, guys. So I'm licensed here in Florida, like I said, and this is the predominant state that I work out of right now. Another thing about me is I love cooking and I love to drink wine. So you pair those things together and we have a party, okay? We have a party. And so that's a little bit about me. I also serve as the SAC chairwoman for Enterprise Learning Academy. It's an elementary school that one of my children attend. And so I sit on that board to keep the community abreast of what's going on in the school, take any points or any views, any comments from parents and community leaders, and bring it to the principal's awareness. So that's what our SAC is here for, okay? So I like to get involved in the community. There's some other things that I do as well. Like, for instance, with the National Association of Home Builders, I sit on the board for one of their committees there as well. Just getting the community more information on what's going on and what's out here. I was working with a client named Chris, right? And this is one of the services that I do pride myself on because I am prior service military, and I do get a good amount of, whether it's active duty or you're moving or you're a veteran already and you're moving from another state to this state, or whether or not you're not a veteran and you're moving from another area to here in Jacksonville, or you're just moving around the area, whatever that may be, guys. And if you're not available, I will go out and do the videos for you and send those videos to you, whether it's through WhatsApp or through a Google link. So saying that to say, you don't always have to be right here in the location for me to get the information to you that you need. All right. So with Chris, that scenario was definitely his. Chris was out of state. He needed to get moved. It wasn't too quick of a move that he needed. He had some time. However, previously, everyone knows that the market was moving relatively quickly. So with Chris, we had a little time that we could have taken. However, because of the market, we were moving a little quickly. We did our due diligence with the area and everything. And so Chris got with me and he explained to me everything that he was looking for, his wants. He wanted something newer. You know, he's a single male. He doesn't want to do a lot of repairs or anything. So he wasn't looking for a fixer upper. A fence wasn't a big problem for him. So it's things like that, guys, as we're going through the transaction or going through our buyers first talk, when we talk on the phone and I go through your questionnaire. That's one of the things I'm going to really ask you guys to please fill out that questionnaire as completely as possible. That way it helps me when I'm starting to do your search for your homes. Okay. And now let's jump into misconceptions. You know, there are a lot of misconceptions around home purchases. You know, a lot of people will say, hey, do not show your emotions. Do not show your emotions while you're purchasing, or even for sellers when they're selling. And that is so far from the truth. We are human beings. And just by nature, we're going to be emotional creatures. And sometimes that emotion can easily help you. A perfect example, I don't recommend sending those I love me letters that people send out, all because of everything that's going on in our world, the climate of our world right now. So what we do advise our clients to do is you speak to your agent. So you'll speak to me and you let me know what's going on. And then I will then forward some communication to the other agent on your behalf. So perfect example, a home that I was selling for a seller, I received a contract on it. And in the offer, the agent was letting me know, she was letting me know how much the buyer really loved the house. They enjoyed it. My seller, they hunt. And so they were able to see the hunting gear and the trophies that they have on the walls. And so we're right in that, my seller fell in love with that's another lover of hunting. And so because that emotion was expressed up front, they were able to connect that way, and he was more keen in going with that offer. Okay. And another misconception, guys, is those that around you have the best advice. Meaning, I understand you may have friends and family that have purchased previously, right? However, if they've not purchased in this current market, or let's say, for instance, they don't have the same neighborhood, or if they're not in the same area as you that you're purchasing, if it's not the same house that you're purchasing, guys, then the advice that they're giving you may not be the correct advice. Please understand that you have a trusted real estate advisor with you, and I'm here to take you throughout the entire process. I do this for you. I do this for other clients. So this is my occupation on a daily basis. So therefore, I know what I'm talking about. And not saying that your family is not knowledgeable or your family don't know what's going on. I know when you purchase a house, you do have some insight on there. But what I'm saying, guys, is I am the market advisor. I am the real estate advisor here. So therefore, I will govern you according to the market shifts, the market changes. When the market goes up or down, I will advise you on that. I will also do market reports for you to let you know what the market is doing. All right. So when we get to this area of that, I'll talk further about it. Okay. Another misconception people say is home buying is scary. Oh my goodness. And a lot of people say that, and that's because of lack of information. Honestly, a lack of information will make you feel like something is scary and more scary than it actually is, right? And so I'm here, and this is what this negotiation is this negotiation process, home buying process, is going over for you guys. Is to let you be aware, is to make you aware of the process and what to look forward to. Okay, so it doesn't have to be scary for you. You have your trusted advisor with you that do this on a daily basis, and I got you. I got you. Another misconception that people tend to have sometimes is I have to worry about getting screwed over. You know, that is always at the forefront of a lot of people's mind, whether or not they're going to get screwed over. And that's another trigger for fear, right? I don't know this thing, so therefore someone could come along and take advantage of me. I want to let you know that I am governed by the National Association of Realtors. I am a realtor, and we are governed by different laws. Okay, so therefore, I have to treat you fairly, honestly, right? And put your needs above my own. And I pride myself on that anyway. I love to take care of my clients. I love to give you the truth and allow you the ability to choose. I will not choose for you. I've never been that person that's overbearing or trying to make you do something you don't want to do. That is not me. You will learn to understand that about me, that Keneshia is not going to force me to do anything I don't want to do. I will give you guys the knowledge, and from there, guys, you make the best decision, right? And furthermore, the contract is written in favor of the buyer. So as we're going through the transaction, there are various times in the transaction where the buyer can actually walk away from the deal and receive their monies back. Okay, so to be fearful of that process, you don't have to be, guys, because the contract is in a buyer's favor. And so as we go through that process, I'll point those out for you. All right, another misconception is we're going into a recession. No, guys, for the last few years, or the last times we've had some recessions, they were true recessions. However, 2008, which a lot of people like to refer back to 2008 and say, hey, during that recession, housing prices went down. No, guys, that's a misconception. During that period of time, what happened was there was a housing crash. That was due to housing. During that period of time, people were getting loans that didn't qualify for loans, right? Banks were giving out loans to people who fictitiously drew up paperwork and things of that sort. So therefore, with adjustable interest rates that were going on at that time frame too, and people weren't paying attention to hey, I may need to refinance at this time, whatever. Banks were just lending out money and wasn't being careful with it, right? And so therefore, that was the housing scare of 2008. Okay. Right now, that's not the same. Right now, we're dealing with inflation in housing, not housing, but the prices of everything, whether it's food, it's gas, no matter what, everything is up right now. Okay, so when people running around saying the sky is falling and we're going to run into a recession and house prices have dipped just a little bit as the market was leveling itself out. But in our market area, it has leveled, and I'm seeing houses starting to increase again. I've also even heard about multiple offer scenarios with my own listing that I had, and we just went on the contract the other day. We almost was in a multiple offer scenario. So that period of time is coming back to us. And so what everyone trying to say, or the news, I should say, is trying to steer and say that, hey, we're going into another 2008 housing crash. I don't believe it. A lot more mortgages that were given, especially during this time period, and even after the 2008, they've been doing a lot of checks and balances on there. I know during the pandemic, although we were writing offers left and right and left, and we were going like extremely quick on these deals. With that being the case, even though that was the case, guys, we still was able to, and even though during a pandemic time frame and we were writing up multiple offers and going on with everything like that, we still were taking the same allotted time to close on the deals. Okay, so that aspect of, oh, it's going to be a housing crash again. No, these lenders were actually taking their time with these loans during this quick period of time that we went through the last couple years. And because of that, we were able to establish great loans. A lot of conventional borrowers were on the market where they have to put down a greater amount of money. And we saw a lot of that. We saw a lot of cash buyers on the market as well. So for me, in my opinion, there's not going to be another housing crash like 2008 going on right now. Okay, so that's my opinion. All right, so that's another misconception. And we're going to dive right into the negotiation process, guys. And in here, we're going to talk about when to get started, finding the right property, getting your offer accepted, protecting yourself and not getting screwed, and taking advantage of your due diligence period. We're going to go over all those things, right? So timing of your purchase. From the time that you decide that you want to purchase, let's say you're saying, hey, I want to purchase and it's 6 months out. I would say that is the time that you need to begin. I always try to tell people, give yourself at least a minimum of 3 months, but 6 months is great. A year is even better. And the reason for a year is you may have some things. If you're one of those people that may have a charge off or something that's on your credit that's lingering and you need to get that taken care of, that is the time. We need that time space to get that cleared up, right? And so with that being said, in that year or during that 6 month period, you can go ahead and get that whatever it is on your credit cleared up. If you need time to save up for some more monies, you can do that, right? So let's take, for instance, that you are leasing a property, right? I would say if you're leasing a property, you should at least reach out 3 months before your lease is up, at least 3 months before your lease is up, because we need to get time to search for the property, negotiate the deal for that property, allow you time to do your due diligence period. We need time for the appraisal. So we need time, guys. So to begin, I would say Let's give me about 6 months in advance. If you know that your lease is coming up, about 6 months in advance will be great. So let me show you this scenario here, because I know a lot of people may say, hey, but I'm leasing. I don't want to pay rent over here and pay mortgage over here. So let's say we go out looking for a property and we close. We finish the deal on September 15th, but your move out date is not until October 1st, right? Okay, no worries, right? So I'm sorry. Let's do the scenario where you close on the 15th. However, your move out date is not until the 1st of November, right? So in that aspect of it, right, you can close on the 15th, right? Your lender allows you to skip this month. You don't pay any mortgage in the month of October. Your mortgage, your first month mortgage is due November 1st, okay? And then by November 15th is the final cutoff time that mortgage, the first mortgage, is due. So typically your mortgage lender gives you a 15-day grace period to get your home, to get that first payment in, or just to get your payments in, your monthly payments in. And so you have a 15-day grace period in there. So you can close on the 15th and not pay the mortgage till November 15th, right? And so if your lease is up on November 1st, you won't be paying on the mortgage in October 1st, right? So you have money to pay for your rent in October 1st. So I just wanted to just briefly go over that for you, because I know a lot of times some lenders, they miss that aspect of explaining to a borrower that when you close, it's not due the next month after you close. You actually skip a month before your mortgage is due. So I would tell you it's very imperative that early on you schedule an appointment. Schedule an appointment, a consultation, that we can go over what your home buying needs are. That way I can get you guys connected with a lender. We must get you with a lender. Remember, we're purchasing a home, and therefore we need finances in order to purchase a home. So therefore we have to get you with the lender. The lender is going to go over your finances and go over different aspects of you to get to a number. So your credit history and your credit score plays a part in that also, right? And I would say, hey guys, I understand you guys bank with this bank and you may bank with that bank. I get it. I have other banks that I bank with too, but I would always suggest when you're purchasing a home, to try to get with a local lender, I'm your real estate agent, and I work nights, weekends, appointments, that is, though. But saying that to say, if I have a borrower, right, that he has to move or she has to move immediately, and we're working and I got 2 months that I'm working with, right? I need a lender by my side helping me with the transaction, right, quickly. And you got to understand that your usual banks, right, I won't call any names, but your usual banks and credit unions, they're not open on the weekends, right? The mortgage department is not open on the weekends. So therefore, if we're out shopping at night, or if we're shopping during the weekend and we need to make an offer, and I need your pre-approval letter, or I need numbers to be ran for us to ensure that we're writing up the contract effectively, we need a lender that's on board. We need a lender that's going to pick up their phones. Okay. So I would always suggest, I will get you guys connected with a local lender to ensure that they're going to be available for you. Okay. They're going to help you figure out your cash to close amounts. It's going to be estimates up front. And another thing that I love that some lenders, especially your local lenders, will do for you, they'll do a manual underwriting for your loan up front. That way they can breeze through and see, hey, we're looking at this and we see this deficiency. We see this. Hey, can you show us this? Can you bring this in? That way, when we're going through the transaction, guys, they already know any kind of bumps that may be in the road, because one of the most hurtful things, guys, that we've experienced in the real estate market is to get almost to the closing table and find out something at the last minute. Is very frustrating to you, buyer, and to me as the agent, right? It can actually cause the whole transaction to just shut down. So when lenders decide to do underwriting prior to us even going out looking at homes, I love it, because let us know in advance so we don't wait all the way to the end before finding out. And so the lender will get with you to discover what your budget is. What that means is, how much house can you afford? So I don't want to take you out and start looking at properties and we're out of your price range. If you say to me, hey, Keneshia, I want to stay within $1,600 a month, I'm not going to take you out to look at homes that's $2,000 a month or $2,500 a month. That's ridiculous. So therefore, to keep us from doing that, we get with the lender and we get our dollar amount that you are approved for, and we can go out and shop and stay in that price range, as well as your lender will let us know, hey, Keneshia, this buyer may need some assistance with closing costs. Therefore, please see if you can negotiate with the sellers to help them get some closing costs taken care of, right? So that's all in getting with the lender and getting our numbers, right? So let's go on to our buyer concierge experience, guys. This is now after we have gotten you a pre-approval number, a pre-approval number, and we're going to go ahead and start the process. So the question I have for you guys is, you've been to the dentist, you've been to the doctor's office. You're not going to get on those tables and have these people start sticking you, poking you, cutting on you without first getting questions answered, without them first giving you a questionnaire when you first get with them, whether they send it to you electronically or when you get into the doctor's office, you fill out that little document and letting them know your medical history and why you're here today and things of that sort. It's the same thing here with me as your trusted real estate advisor, guys. I'm going to send you out a questionnaire sheet, and I ask, guys, please fill it out. Fill it out as complete as possible. That helps me help you, right? And that's what it's ultimately about here, right? You're not here just to look at me, and I'm not here just to look at you. I'm here to help you get into a home, right? So therefore, I'm going to send you out a questionnaire, and that questionnaire is going to ask you some questions about what area in town. If you're not familiar with this area, that's okay. I do broad searches, sending you out homes with the demographics of the home that you're looking for, whether it's a 3-bedroom or 2-bedroom. Are you looking for a 5-bedroom? Are you looking for a townhouse? Do you want a condo? So with those demographics that you send me, if you're not keen yet on what specific area because you're coming from another area, that's fine. That's fine. That's why I am here to help you. So therefore, I will send you out like a broad search of homes with those demographics. That way you can start seeing, okay, this area has this, and I like this area, versus this area doesn't have this, so therefore I'll go with this area. So we can always hone it in if you're coming from another area and you're just not familiar with the area, okay? But it's going to be very, very, very important to fill out the questionnaire so that I'm aware of what it is you're looking for, okay? And I can begin looking and searching for you guys and sending you out those homes. And I want to let you know that you chose the right agent to go with, okay? I love working with buyers. I love seeing families get that home ownership that they've been waiting for, whether this is your first home or your second home. I love the excitement. I love the excitement and the wealth building that home ownership brings. So many people were excited during the pandemic that they owned homes and they were able to sell those homes. And guess what? They received some equity out of that property. So you're building wealth by purchasing homes, right? So choose your right agent that really cares and really will place your needs above her own. That's who I am. And guys, I also want to share with you my great team. So not only do you get me, you get my team that will be here throughout the entire process with you, okay? So you have me as the broker, you have Horace as a real estate agent slash our marketing manager. Then you have Crystal Lugo. She's our transaction coordinator, guys. You'll predominantly work with Crystal after we found your home and we went on the contract. Crystal will help you guys out with sending out emails to you, to the lender, to the title company, everybody that's a party to the transaction, and she'll be helping out throughout the process. At that point, I will let you guys know, hey, if you have certain questions on certain things, you can reach out to Crystal. She's knowledgeable and she'll help you guys through that process of after we went on the contract. Then we have Jasmine. Jasmine is our client care manager. You guys will be interacting with Jasmine earlier on through the process. So your initial conversation, you may have some conversation and some reaching out by Jasmine. You may see some emails by Jasmine. As you reached out to me, Jasmine may have reached out to you. So you probably have already reached out, gotten some kind of communication from Jasmine, okay? And then we have showing assistance. So guys, as I was stating to you about the lenders and they're not available during certain hours or certain times, it's the same. I am human. And therefore, I take vacation sometimes. I have a family and I may have an off day that I'm not working that day. So therefore, your home buying needs doesn't stop. So therefore, that's why we have a team. Where I may not be available, another teammate will be available to help you guys. So with that being said, if there's a home one day that you guys are just sitting and saying, hey, I'm interested in this property, but Keneshia is not available. Keneshia is on vacation or something like that. Don't you worry. Send me a text message. Send me an email, okay? I can get you coordinated to get inside that property, to view the property, okay? And then direct all questions back to me, because the showing agent is just there to open the door to let you guys in to go ahead and view the property. So we don't have to lag or waste any time, okay, guys? All right. And so after we gotten your pre-approval, after we've sat down, we're going to go and start shopping, guys. All right. And so what does that look like? I know we have those portal sites, whether it's Zillow, Realtor.com, or any of those other home sites that people tend to go to when they're searching for properties, excuse me. Those sites aren't updated as frequently as our MLS is. So our MLS is where all the realtors of the area, they put all the houses that they have listed on the market. That's where all the houses go. And so those are continuously updated because it's really governed by our MLS rules and laws. So therefore, they're sticklers. So the difference between your Trulia, your Zillows, and places like that, they're not updated, right? They're there to get your information to sell it to the highest realtor bid. Yes, they are. So therefore, if you understand, when you go on those sites, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, this person, and I'm getting hit by that person and that person, because they have the houses up there, yeah? And sometimes you'll reach out to a realtor and they're saying, hey, that house is no longer available. Those houses are left up there purposely because they know you guys are going to go on there looking for houses and you're going to like this house. You're going to put your information in, and then they're going to flood you with with realtors that they're throwing out your information to. Okay. So just letting you guys know that the source that I will be linking you with is the most effective source. I'm going to set you up with your own login. You're going to have your portal homes for that demographic. If you said Keneshia, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,600 square feet, those homes will be sent to you, and instantly as they come on the market, they will be sent to you. Okay, so you will be updated as soon as possible. All right, and so guys, I just want to just pause right here for 1 second and really go over proceeding with cautious. Right, like I stated when I first started, I do this every day, all day, and sometimes when you're a buyer and you're just starting the process, you're so innocent to it, and you'll pop up at an open house, you'll pop up at a new construction, and not understanding that that may affect you and it may affect your realtor also. So going into an open house, I recommend it. There are times where you're probably on a weekend, on a Sunday, that you just riding through an area and you see an open house. By all means, guys, go ahead and search. You can go ahead and go to these open houses. The only thing I would ask, guys, is when you go to the open houses, please remember that you're working with me. And so when you're signing in, the agent is going to ask you to sign in. You could go ahead and sign in and just let them know, put realtor next to your name and let them know that you're working with a real estate agent. We as realtors, we respect that. They will not hound you. They will not start sending you text messages and emails. And so that will prohibit them from doing that. So you just put your name on their sign-in sheet, because that's what we ask because for the sellers, they like to know who's entered their property. So just put your name on the sign-in log, but also put my name and realtor so they're aware that you already working with a trusted advisor. All right. And then for sale by owners, guys, for sale by owners already, they're trying to save money. So I try to tell buyers, yes, I will sell you a for sale by owner home, but please understand that they are really trying to get the maximum amount of money as possible. They're really trying to cut costs. So therefore, they don't want to work with you guys if any kind of repairs come up or are needed for that property. They're more than likely are not going to do any repairs. They are really keen on not paying realtor fees. So therefore, that will be a fee to the buyer. So I try to tell people, if you find a home that you're interested in, I will do the research on it. If I do find out that it is a for sale by owner, that's not an issue. I can sell you any property. I just want you to know going up front that those are a little bit more tedious of deals, because these guys, they're looking for more of a cash buyer to come along and buy their property without fixing anything. That's what they want at the end of the day. Cancel asking them for any kind of closing cost assistance, because they are trying to save as much money as possible. Okay. And so moving on to new constructions. New construction is happening all throughout Jacksonville and all the surrounding cities, right? I love working with new constructions because I know that my buyer is moving into a home that's never been lived in before. Issues that may arise, the builder will take care of it as long as you're in that 1-year warranty. But I'm asking also, guys, when you go into these new construction communities, please let them know that you're working with the realtor. Let them know up front, because what the builders will do is you will be at this alone. They will kick your realtor out of it, and I won't be able to help you. I won't be able to advise you on anything. You will have to read over the contracts by yourself, and I'll be pretty much out of the loop. Okay. So what a lot of builders say is, I have to set the appointment for you. I have to physically walk into that first appointment with you. And so if that's the case, and you guys are going out on a Sunday, a weekend, or a weekday, you're just driving around and you see a property that you're interested in, by all means, you can check it out. But just please let them know up front that you're working with the real estate agent already, and they will respect that. They will either let you know, hey, let your realtor set an appointment for you to come in, or they would even let you see the property because you let them know up front that you have a realtor that you're working with. So those are some of the things I just wanted you guys to see and understand, that may arise through your home buying process, and that is totally fine. Okay. And guys, while we're out viewing properties, I want you to pay attention to the flow. How does this property flow for you? Is it this bedroom is over here, then the other bedroom is like so close to it that you don't feel that you have any privacy? Is the bathroom too far of a walk from the other bedrooms? Like, does this house really flow for you? Is this house large enough for you? Is it in a year or two you're planning on expanding your family, so therefore you need more room? So as we're moving through the property, you may have thought 1,600 square feet was enough for you, but then you say, hey, we may need a little bit more space because we're planning to expand the family here soon. Or you may be downsizing and the house may still be too large for you. So you say, hey, this may be too large for me. Let's start looking at some 1,300 square feet versus the 1,600 square feet. Does it have enough storage space for you, right? As you're growing, or, you have those holidays that come around and you want to know that you have that storage space. Does this house have that for you, right? And then is it priced right? That's where your agent, me, I would do the market analysis for you guys to govern the price, to see, are we around the ballpark, right? I'm not an appraiser. I am not a licensed appraiser. I am a real estate agent. However, we do some comparisons, some housing comparisons similar to the appraiser, but I am not an appraiser. So we will do those analysis prior to making an offer, okay, just to ensure that we're at least close in that ballpark. If the numbers are kind of far apart, I'll say, hey guys, they have this price is overpriced, so we need to revisit the seller and negotiate some more. And if they're not willing to budge, then you already know. So then, guys, also you want to make sure the neighborhood shows well. I guess it will be very frustrating for you to get to a home and the neighborhood is just not what you wanted it to be. So while we're out touring homes and things like that, you may want to look over at a neighbor's yard and I know a lot of people shy away from HOAs, but HOAs help to keep neighborhoods clean and clear, and you don't have to look over your neighbor's yard and see a front yard full of tore up cars. Okay, so all those things we'll look at as we're going out looking at properties, right? And then also, guys, I want to talk about what the pandemic looked like versus what we're looking like right now. Everyone was alive then, looking at how the pandemic housings was just flying off the shelves. Like we were getting 16 and 20 offers on one property, and people were offering over asking price and things of that sort. That has really calmed down for us. We are starting to see that multiple offer scenarios come up again, but we're not there right now. And saying that, guys, as we're going through the process, I will speak with the other agent to ensure, do you have one offer on the property, two offer? But I want you to also understand that they don't have to tell me yes or no. But I do lead with that. I do try to go to them and see how much information I can get from them so that I could be a better advisor to you guys. Okay. And so right now, what I'm seeing is we're seeing more homes on the market, right? So we have more inventory, which is great. More inventory means that you do not have to do all this multiple offer and people are not jumping through hoops like they had to before. So having more homes on the market is definitely a great plus to have, right? As we're also going through the process, you're going to get to a due diligence period. And I will always advise every buyer to get a home inspection done. Please understand that you do not know what's going on in this home. So therefore, get a home inspection completed on this property, right? But I will also say, as you're getting the home inspection done on the property, let's not get all hung up on paint or just little material defects. It's like a little piece of paint chipped here or something like that. Let's focus more on these major items like your HVAC, electrical, your plumbing, definitely the roof. Those items that will stop the transaction, whether they're insurance items that will stop the transaction. Mostly that comes from roofs, right? Whether it's going to be a WDO termite problem that will stop the lender from lending to you. That's where the due diligence period covers for you to go ahead and get your home inspected, right? And so when you're doing that home inspection, your inspector will go ahead and inspect all electrical. They'll make sure that you have ground wire that's going on. So it's very important. The HVAC, what's the age of the HVAC? They will find that out for you, okay? We will also go in and ask for a home warranty. It's not always that you will get this home warranty by the seller, but I always go in and I just ask for it, right? Because the home warranty, if any issues come up later on, let's say during the inspection report, something didn't come up, but you've been living in this house for 6 months and something now all of a sudden an ailment comes up. We don't know these things up front, right? So it comes up. So now that you have a home warranty, the home warranty company can come now and repair those items for you for minimum cost. Typically, it's a service fee of maybe $50 or $60 versus if your HVAC goes down, that's a hefty $5,000 check, right? So I would always advise also, let's go ahead and ask for a home warranty. And in the event the seller decides not to give you a home warranty, that is okay, guys. I would always advise you as the new homeowner to go ahead and get a home warranty on that property, all right? And guys, as we're going through the transaction, we're steady going through the transaction, you're going to come up on a part called the appraiser. The appraisal is ordered through your lender. Okay. And what the appraiser is doing is he's going out to get a value of this property on whether or not the lender should lend to you. Does this property is valued at or above the sales price value? If it's not, then we are back at the negotiation table. So let's take this scenario here. We have a contract price of $500,000, right? And then the appraiser comes in at 520. That is great. Nothing needs to be done there. We continue on to get to closing. Same thing, $500,000, no problem there. We go on to move to closing. $490, that's when things do get tricky, right? So saying that means we need to get back to the negotiation window with the seller. So what does that look like? There's a $10,000 gap there. You and the seller could bring $5,000 a piece to the table and close the deal that way. You can bring the whole $10,000. That's where that appraisal gap comes in, and you can bring that $10,000 to the table. Or the seller can bring the price down to the $490, and we move on to closing, right? But in the event, if the seller say, "Hey, no, I want $500,000 and I'm firm on that," you, the buyer, then has the right to terminate this deal and receive your binder money back. Okay, so that's one of those ways that I told you up front that the contract is written in favor of the buyer. Those are one of those instances, as well as the inspection period is one of those instances where if you guys cannot reach a negotiation with those inspections, then you, the buyer, can terminate the contract and receive your binder payment back. All right. What if the property appraisal is low? This is the examples of it. We got to renegotiate it, or you cancel it, or you pay above what that appraised value is. That's that $10,000 I gave you that scenario back there. Okay. Get into the clear to close. So once the lender and the title company, they have all defects cleared up with the house, meaning that there's no title defects going on with the house. It's clear. There's no siblings or anybody coming back from the seller saying, "Hey, I own a part of this property." We're clear to close, right? The lender, everything on the lender side has been satisfied. The appraisal has came in at value or above value. So therefore, we're moving on, right? The lender will let you know your final closing cost amount. If we weren't able to get the seller to contribute all of the closing cost amount, then the lender will let you know what amount you need to bring to the closing table, all right? They'll get with you, let you know what documents. More likely, of course, you'll need to bring your ID. So they'll let you know about that, all right? And then you're clear to close. But what a lot of people I find have gotten stuck on with moving forward with the home buying process is I should wait one more year, guys. And I'm here to let you know, don't wait another year. If you're on the fence and saying, "Hey, should I buy? Should I buy?" I say move forward with it. Reach out to me. Let's get you connected with the lender to get you moving, because you wait too long, guys. And another thing, they say, I'm going to wait till the market crashes. You may wait for the market to crash and it never crash. And home prices continue to go up and continue to go up. Okay. Right now, the market is showing that it's not headed into a market crash. It's not headed into a market crash. So the longer you wait, the longer the more house prices will continue to rise, right? I know everybody is sitting on the fence because of the interest rates. But imagine getting in at the prices that homes are at right now and interest rates drop. You're able to go ahead and refinance at this lower rate, a mortgage, lower price home right now, versus wait until houses prices go up and then, interest rates go down. Now you have a house all the way up here price, but yeah, you got a lower interest rate, but you do have a higher price house instead of having a lower price house and a lower interest rate whenever lower interest rates drop. So I like to give that guidance there. To go ahead and move forward. Get off of that fence, guys, because waiting, prices is going to continue to go up. Our market is not suffering. Our market, we're building new construction here. New projects is coming to the area. So I say, guys, go ahead and get off the fence. Some people say, I don't know where to start. I just went through this whole presentation with you guys, and I'll let you know what that starting point is. So you don't have that that excuse anymore of I don't know where to start, or the sky is falling. No, guys, I just went over this process with you. We're going to schedule a consultation. We'll go over your home buying needs. I'll get you guys with a lender, okay, to get you guys started. Another thing people say is, I'm not sure if my credit is good enough. Hey, that's the purpose of getting you over to a lender. I don't know if I have enough budget for it. Don't you worry. Your lender will sit down and hone in on what is your monthly amount that you're paying versus the debts that you have. So that's your debt to income ratio. They're going to go through your credit report and see what your credit score is, see what items are on your credit. Sometimes people think, hey, I got this derogatory item on here. And guess what? The lender will tell you, do not touch that, because you got to understand there's many facets that's working together to get the lender to loan to you. So it may be the length of your credit history, and you go and you take this one item off of your credit history, and it could possibly drop your score because your history has now been decreased. All right. So that's the importance of getting a consultation with us, guys, and speaking with a lender and a real estate advisor earlier on in your process. That way, you know those items to take care of before going out shopping. All right. And so, guys, I say take that step. Take that step into home ownership. The sooner you take the step, the sooner you will be a home owner, guys, and moving through this process, right? And our objective today, my objective today, guys, was to give you a brief eyes view into the home buying process, right? And to calm some of this fear that some people have about the housing market and that is going to crash. Guys, the housing market is not crashing. This is not 2008. The lenders have done great during this pandemic period, taking their times with the loans and actually giving loans to people that really qualify, unlike the 2008 timeframe where people were just receiving loans that weren't qualified for it. We're not in that market, okay? And so right now, guys, I know you may be feeling excited, and even you may be a little anxious. I get it. It's a new thing for you all. You've never navigated these waters before. This may be your first purchase, it may be your second purchase, but you've not purchased in a while. That's okay. I understand it may be an influx of emotions of being nervous or I just don't know where to start. That's why I am here, and you have a team that will be working with you. That's including of myself, my team that I introduced to you earlier on, your lender, the title company, your home inspector. That whole team is here for you guys, okay? So it may seem like it's overwhelming or anything like that. That's why I'm here. I am here to be your trusted real estate advisor. I've been a trusted real estate advisor for now 10 years, guys. And so I got you. And when I say I got you, I mean that. Once you guys fill out the questionnaire and I'm able to jump on that call with you guys, whether it's Zoom, it could be a telephone call. Once we jump on that call and we go over those homes that I found for you guys, the process will move, and it will move very quickly. All right. And it will move according to how serious you are as a buyer, right? And if you're saying, Keneshia, hey, I have 3 months and I need to move, I'm going to move accordingly. I will be sending you out information. I'll be sending you out homes, and you guys, we will communicate. The communication line with me is very open, very open. I communicate through text, email, phone calls, but I will let you know I am easily reached quicker through text messages, because just like you guys, you're living life, you're working, and sometimes if I'm in a meeting, I cannot stop and pick up that phone call right then, but I can shoot you a quick text. If it's something that's pending right away, I can look at my phone and shoot you a quick text, right? So just know that you have a trusted team here with you, all right? And so when you're working with me, guys, I'm going to give you your home buying guide coupled with my real estate book that I wrote. The process of the home buying process is a book that I bought, and it lists from start to finish, giving you a scenario of the home buying process, right? So it's the home buying process, and I gave it to you storyline. So it's taking Vanessa, who is a first-time home buyer, through the process. So if you're a first-time home buyer or you've not bought in a while, trust me, this book is going to be really great. A great read. It's a small, short read, but it's a great read. Okay, and I wanted you guys to experience the home buying process through the eyes of someone else, right? Sometimes we can relate more easily when we have an actual person that's going through it, versus just this lady who has been doing it for 10 years telling me what to do. But when you're able to read it from a perspective of someone else that went through a situation and now they're a happy homeowner, I wanted to bring that up to you guys, right? I'm also going to give you my vendors list while we're going through the process. If you say, hey, Keneshia, it's time for the home inspection. So do you have any inspectors? By all means, I do. Do you have a home insurance agent that you can refer me to? By means, I do, right? So I have that to give to you guys as well. I'm going to have a VIP agreement with you guys as well, because I am your trusted advisor, guys, and I'm going to be doing this work for you. I'll be out showing you properties. I'll be doing the market research for you guys, right? So therefore, I'll be signing a VIP agreement with you saying that I will place your needs above my own, detailing what I'll be doing for you guys. And in return, I ask that you guys also stay committed to me, guys. Stay committed to me. I'll be doing a lot of work on the back end. I just like to bring up to people, hey, put yourself in my shoes, right? So you would hate to do all this work and then someone just go along with someone else, right? So therefore, we signed this VIP agreement saying, hey, I will be loyal to you, and in return, you're loyal to me as well, right? And so what's next, guys? What's next in the process for you? Once we've done this, the work of consultation, getting together, and we meet, and I get you guys over to a lender, and we go through the process, right? What's next? We're gonna book a consultation, and we're gonna go through these processes I just listed. I'm gonna get you with a lender. If you're not pre-approved yet, you're gonna get a consultation with me where I'm going to sit with you, hear all of your needs and wants. You may want to go further other than those items that you may have put on the intake form. You may go into further details with me. We're going to have a conversation. I want to know, who are you? You want to know who I am. And I want to get a more briefing into who you are and what you're looking for. So we'll sit and we'll talk about that, as well as whatever homes I found for you doing my initial searches. And then from there, guys, we'll begin the process and go out and look for homes, get the contract written, and get you guys that clear to close that everybody loves to hear, right? So what's next, guys, is you're going to go ahead and fill out the intake form, right? And once you're finished filling out the intake form, that's going to have all your buyer's needs questions on there, guys. Please also upload your pre-approval. If you already have a pre-approval, upload your pre-approval for me, guys. That way I have that on file, and I'll be able to go ahead and start sending out those properties and making those appointments for us to go out and start viewing those properties. Because remember, guys, I'm not able to go out and show any properties without that pre-approval. So I'll definitely get you guys over with the lender if you don't already have your pre-approval, and then we'll begin showing houses, going out showing houses, writing up your contract, negotiating that offer, guys, and getting you into your new home. So guys, I hope this class was very helpful to you. Remember, it's a team of us that will be here helping you throughout the entire process. Reach out to me if you have any questions. Text me if you need for a quicker response. And guys, I look forward to working with you, okay? Fill out those intake forms and let's get started.